Hi, my name's Peter, and I joined Pegging Anonymous because I can't seem to find the correct women to cater to my needs. Wait a minute. Shit. One fucking video. 3, 2, 1. Hi, my name's Peter, aka the Clueless Drinker, and this is my video. Hi guys, and welcome to the second part of my response to the artist formerly known as Average Joe, aka the Beer Patrol.
Tangelo, or Tangelo, actually Tangelo, however you want to say it. Why am I telling you about this in this review? I have no idea, but I say a lot of dumb things, like Tangelo, and I hate to use the word Tangelo.
Now, I know I sound like I'm a salty little bitch when I whine and moan about Joe just strutting along like he's king shit of fuck mountain. Don't know if that's the proper term. And then he comes along and he whisks all of the BeerTube community off its feet, and within a few videos he's getting hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of views. I've fucking earned my reputation. I deserve the views that you get, you piece of vile, septic shit. But no, seriously, I am very glad that Joe is part of BeerTube properly now, aside from being a literal beer troll. And yeah, he's genuinely one of the most nice people you will meet on this website. I'd say that's not really saying much because everyone's nice on this community. But yeah, Joe, I'm really happy that he's making videos now. And of course, I was genuinely touched in multiple places when he tagged me to take part in this 5 favourite beer styles. Of course, decked out in my Wes Anderson soy boy attire, I have to do things a tiny bit differently, and this is my proper response. I said in my initial response that I would be tagging 5 people. I think 5 people have been tagged, to be honest. So if you want to be tagged, feel free to do your own response, do your own twist on it. I'm opening this up a little bit wider. Let's make this gaping challenge even bigger and get more people involved. So if you're watching this and you've not done this video yet, you have been tagged if you want to. And I'll raise a glass of chicken stock in your name. Cheers. That's a damn good beer. So, the way I thought I'd approach it is, I already did like my 5 favourite styles and 5 examples of each, or 1 example of each style in my last video. I thought for this one, I would tackle 5 of my favourite beer ingredients. Now this encompasses not only the fundamentals of brewing, but also adjuncts. So I thought I'd start things off nice and simple, back to basics, and start with my favourite hop, the Cascade hop. I just love the gentle citrusy tones. I love the all-round zesty fruitness. It's got very subtle tropical tones in there. And of course, for me, the greatest example, and one that is still high up there, showcasing what you can do with that hop, has to be Sierra Nevada's Pale Ale. It's a classic beer. It's one of the beers that got me into craft beer. It's one of the beers that I pick up on a regular basis. It's a great beer to introduce to your friends if they're not really into the craft beer scene. It's iconic, but it still lives up to its name. Sierra Nevada for me are a very solid, classic American craft brewery. And I know there are so many more breweries popping up all over the world, but I would love to one day visit one of the Sierra Nevada facilities and just engulf myself in beer hipsterdom. So cheers to you, Sierra Nevada, and keep on keeping on. Next up is probably my favourite fruit that's added in beer, and it's added to what is one of my all-time favourite beers. The fruit, of course, is grapefruit. I just love the flavour of grapefruit. You get the flavour of grapefruit in IPAs anyway, but the addition of actual grapefruit juice It has to be natural, it has to be proper grapefruit for it to hit those levels of for me personally. I won't make that noise again, I do apologise. And I think one of the greatest examples of it is Brewdog's Elvis juice. And the genius with Elvis juice is, when you're adding something like grapefruit,
you can be a little bit stingy on the hops.
And I think they've got the balance perfectly right. Now, I'm on a quest to try every grapefruit infused beer I can. I mean, Shufflehoff a grapefruit radler, absolutely gorgeous. It's like grapefruit milkshake juice. It's just absolutely beautiful. I've had some fantastic examples. I am waiting for another beer to knock Elvis juice off the top spot for me. And I'll be happy, but I'll also be very bittersweet. You see what I did there? If you like your pink grapefruit. But yeah, I just love the flavour of grapefruit, and beers actually helped me appreciate fruits in general. I mean, obviously you can clearly tell that I don't exactly get my 5 a day, but it's really got me to appreciate lovely, bright fruits, and especially when it's absolutely gorgeous outside. An Elvis juice, 4 for £6 from your supermarkets, maybe give or take a quid depending on where you get them. For that price, you cannot complain. So next, we're going back to a basic of brewing, and we're looking at malts, and my favourite sort of malt has to be smoked malts. I just love beers that incorporate smoky malts. I love that sort of flavour you can get where it's a little bit harsh, like barbecue charcoal sort of thing, or you can get that like peated sort of cured ham, cured fish sort of flavour and aroma. And I just love it. It's something a little bit unique. When it's used in the right style and they've used the right amount, you're in heaven. You really, really are. And of course, the Germans have that nailed down fantastically. More specifically in the Bamberg region. But I love to have smoked malts in all sorts of beers. I just love the flavour of smoked malts and the complexities that you get from them. And of course, for me, the greatest example has to be Echt Schlenkerla Rauchbiermärzen. I just absolutely love that beer, and I think, and I need to explore Bamberg, mind you, a lot more of the smoked beer culture from that region, but that to me is just a beer that you can have it chilled down, it's going to taste great, you can have it at room temperature, it's going to taste even better, and you can drink it at any time of the day, any time of the year, like most beers anyway, and to me it's just a lovely, indulgent, intriguing treat. Prost! That really does look like chicken gravy. Of course, it's way too dark on camera, so that was a stupid redundant point. So even though I'm not a big chili head, I do like heat in my food. And one of the ingredients that I've come to really appreciate in beer is the incorporation of chilies. I think it's such a unique aspect of brewing. You can either get that sort of heat intensity, or you can get that sort of earthy bell pepper-like greenness. So it has to be done right. It can't be too harsh, but it can't be too redundant, because it's just going to get that sort of like oiliness that you can get with beers, and it does have that risk and tendency to thin down the beer in that regard. But when chili is done right, it can be such a strange and wonderful experience. And one beer that I had for the first time really, that just blew me away because it had that lovely balance of a very subtle heat. It wasn't supposed to be a heat intensive chili beer, but it also wasn't too earthy or too green. It was just lovely. The medley of bell peppers and chilies and whatever they used in there just worked so brilliantly. And it's from a brewery who I think really excel when it comes to doing unique things and twists on beer styles. And my favourite chili beer has to be Liquid Confidence by Tuol. Just absolutely gorgeous, indulgent, velvety smooth, beautifully rounded, but yet robust. Perfect beer to match with a steak and asparagus like I did. I was in heaven for that like 20 minutes that lasted. Sort of sounds like my sex life, to be honest. But yeah, that to me was just a beautiful 100 out of 100 beer, and one that you should definitely try. So the final ingredient that I'm picking is, when I'm not drinking beer, I love to drink coffee. and I love to invest myself in the world of coffee. I love to try new blends, and I get excited by different beans. I recently signed up to a coffee subscription service. It makes sense because I dress like this. And when you put coffee in beer, you can produce something so absolutely fantastic. Whether it's a coffee sort of breakfast stout, or if it's a dark lager with coffee, because coffee rarely goes well with lager, I've found. But to me, coffee rarely shines when it's in either a porter or a stout. And probably my favourite example has to be the Coffee Pirate Porter from Pirate Brew Berlin, brewed in collaboration with Brewbox Berlin, because that to me is some of the nicest coffee I've ever tasted, period. I need to get on that. I need to get myself some beans, get them grounded, get myself a blend, because that coffee was beautiful. It wasn't too roasty, it wasn't one of those intense espresso sort of coffee characters I sometimes get. It was really mellow, but still full of character, still bold, so smooth, not too intense. And you could just taste the quality of the beans. And I've got to say, Pirate Brew Berlin do probably one of the best base porters that I've ever tried in my life. And it's one of the porters that's actually made me appreciate the style overall. And yeah, that was just absolutely beautiful. If you really want an indulgent coffee treat, do what you can to pick up a bottle or 20 of Pirate Brew Berlin's Coffee Pirate Porter. So that was my top 5 list. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, opinions. What's some of your favourite ingredients? Get involved in this. Of course, go subscribe to that piece of shit, the Beer Patrol, because Lord knows he needs more views and subscribers. And God knows he needs to be monetized as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed this video, and I'm really enjoying drinking my chicken stock. You wouldn't think that's an IPA, would you? Absolutely incredible. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Now I'm off to vigorously masturbate and then take a shit. So see you guys later. Cheers! I speak German. Yeah,